Moments ago, President Biden was just asked about the arrest of an American reporter for the Wall Street Journal who has been detained in Moscow, now accused of espionage. Biden's answer, quote, let him go. He was also asked if the U.S. would expel Russian diplomats over the matter. He said that is not the plan right now. To bring you up to speed, Evan Gershkovich was accused of trying to steal state secrets about a Russian military factory. You can see him here. These are accusations, obviously, we should take with a grain of salt, considering where they are coming from. In a statement, the Journal said it vehemently denies the allegation and is seeking the immediate release of our trusted and dedicated reporter. Few people know what Evan Gershkovich is going through right now, but one of them is a Marine veteran, Trevor. He was released last April in a prisoner swap after he was detained in Russia for 985 days. I spoke to Trevor about the arrest of Evan Gershkovich and what he's going through. You have an experience that so few people have because to a degree, you know what he's going through. Can you just remind us, what were your first few hours in detention like? What do you imagine that he's going through right now?
The first few hours when you're wrongfully detained are extremely confusing. You're in a state of shock. You're also in a state of denial. You're thinking that there's no possible way that this is happening to me. Maybe it's just a nightmare. Maybe I'm gonna wake up and this didn't happen. And unfortunately for me, that kind of, just surreal feeling lasted for basically the whole almost 3 years that I was detained.
Yeah. And when Evan was formally arrested, his own attorney wasn't even allowed in the courtroom. You obviously dealt up close and personally with the Russian judicial system, as I guess we'll call it. How do you fear that he's going to be treated by them? There's no question that the Russian judicial system is a joke. It's a facade. They violate all of their own rules, regulations, laws there, and there's no type of accountability for Russian officials who break those laws. They can basically do anything that they want, and unfortunately they will do whatever they want. Some members of Congress have said they think they basically have just outright called this a hostage situation. Do you agree with that? Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's the wrongful detention is equivalent to taking a hostage. They've clearly done this for political purposes, to gain some kind of leverage over the United States or make an example out of them, to make a point, maybe as like a revenge thing. Do you worry that treatment, the way that they treated you, has only gotten worse the way that they're treating Americans now? Absolutely. I think that as Russia becomes more desperate due to sanctions, their war in Ukraine failing, political pressure from the United States, I think that the more desperate they get, the more brutal and kind of apathetic they're going to be regarding, our citizens there. What does it say to you about the state of U.S.-Russia relations at this point? Taking a journalist, that kind of puts it into perspective for you how desperate the Russians have become. I think, the next step after taking our journalists hostage there is basically diplomats is the next level, and it says something about how far they're willing to go. What do you think President Biden should do in this moment? What do you want to see from the U.S. government here? I want to see some definite action. They're going to have to make some type of agreement to get him out. I don't know if that's going to involve a prisoner exchange, but I think that it's our government's duty to do whatever it takes to get innocent Americans out. And also on that note, I want to thank you because it's actually a year since you asked President Biden if he would meet with my parents at the White House. Will you meet with Trevor Reed's parents, Mr. President, while they're here in Washington? They say that you promised them a meeting.
I'm going to see if I can get to see them. They're
Today?
good. They're good people. We're trying to work that out.
My mom will get real angry with me if I don't mention that and say thank you from all of us.
Well, your parents are amazing, and that was what any reporter should do, and anything to help.
It was good to see him. It was a very good interview, and it's good to say, I said a little bit earlier, he's in good mental health right now, it appears.
Perspective like no one else.
Yeah.
Yeah.